Hey ladies, hey ladies, hey ladies, and welcome back to the Single Mother's Life. If you're new here, welcome, and if you have been rocking with me for a while, thank you so much. And in this video, we're gonna get some Monday motivation, so stay tuned. So yes, I am a day late with this video. I usually do Sunday motivation, but yesterday I was trying to motivate myself. Here I am, better late than never. If you don't know me, my name is Latarsha Young. I am a certified life coach, author, speaker, and I empower single mothers to boldly transition into new lives. So for today's motivation, I just want to give you a personal testimony. As many of you know who've been following the channel for a while, I am in Texas. And as most of you know, we just went through a winter storm. We're currently still without running water. However, our power is back on, so I'm thankful for that. They have been giving cases of water, so I'm also thankful for that. So again, I want to thank all of you for your prayers, for your emails, for your messages, any way you may have reached out to me. Thank you so much. Y'all don't know how much that be encouraging me, how much that be inspiring me, how much that fill me up. I kind of got some wisdom throughout the situation. It started snowing here on not yesterday Sunday, but the Sunday before that. Us Southerners, we're excited to see the snow. So on Sunday when it started snowing, it snowed throughout the night. So on Monday, which was President's Day, I was off work and my son didn't have school, so he went out and played in the snow for a while. It was a lot of snow, y'all, so we were excited. So Monday evening, someone's pipe busted in the apartment complex, which means they had to turn everybody's water off. So we've now been without water for a whole week. They had to turn everybody's water off, so I was like, okay, hopefully it'll be back on soon. So Tuesday went by, Wednesday came, and that's when the power went out. Now, mind you, it's like everybody, nearly the entire state of Texas was without power. Nearly half the state was without water. Now, there's currently boil water notices for those who do have water, but for those of us who don't have water, we're just waiting like, okay, we can get water any day now. But we're just making do with, you know, what we have. But when the water did go off, you know, I was rushing to the stores to try to find water. But, of course, all the water was gone. It was bad, y'all. Of course, the roads are snow-filled. There's snow everywhere. And again, us Southerners, we don't know how to drive in snow. There's snow everywhere. There's people out in chaos. I got to the grocery store and there was at least 100 people in line. I didn't even bother to wait. So I went to gas stations, and then the line in there was horrible as well. So then I went to the 7-Eleven, and the line wasn't bad, but of course they didn't have any gallon water, so I had to get the bottled waters. Thankfully they had buy one, get one free. So I did that, and that's how we, you know, got water for a couple of days. I still didn't know how I was going to flush the toilet. I didn't know, you know, how we were going to take baths. I just didn't know. So I prayed. You know, I prayed. God said, always pray. Pray without ceasing. Rejoice in hope. That's what I did. I'm like, Lord, I don't know how we're going to do it. You know, it's me. I have my son. We need to bathe. We need to drink. And there's no water in the stores. What's going to happen? Like, I was scared. But I prayed. And I remember I was walking outside, and I just prayed as I was walking. It's like my eyes were open, and I saw people with buckets filling it with snow. And I hadn't thought about that. And I probably wouldn't have gotten that idea if I would not have prayed. So I began to take buckets to fill with snow outside. And that's how we were able to flush the toilet and, you know, stuff like that, because I didn't feel comfortable cooking with snow. But we did use snow I think like one time to take a bath or to take a wash up. So I was continuing to try to get to the store when we were low on bottled waters and try to find bottled waters. So the Family Dollar did open up the street, which I was grateful for. They still had some bottled water. So I went there, got bottled waters, a couple of other necessities. And we've just been doing what we can with what we have. Like, it's no point in complaining. I'm just thankful, you know, that God brought us through. And that's my motivation to you today, is that the storms will come, and sometimes you won't know how you and your children are going to get through them. You won't know what's going to happen, but in the storms, you have to have faith, and you have to have courage, and you have to do what God is telling you to do. When the power was off, it was freezing cold. It was like 5 degrees outside, and I didn't know. I'm like, okay, I guess, you know, we're just going to sleep in the same bed, bundle up under covers, and we're just going to, you know, try to get through it. So I prayed about that too, and God had one of my old co-workers to call me and tell me how to get my stove working. My stove, the oven is electric, but the top part is gas. So she told me how to light it and get it to working, and that provided warmth to us throughout, you know, our apartment. And I do believe that God placed it on her heart to call me and give me that information, because if she would not have called me, I would not have known that. So when we're going through our situations and we just don't know what to do, a lot of times we panic and we stress and stress and stress, and we make bad choices out of desperation. But what if all you have to do is simply pray? And God will open your eyes to things. He will use people to give you information and advice that's going to help you navigate through the storm, which is what he did for us. He used my co-worker to give me information regarding how to get the stove lit. He opened my eyes to people using the snow as a resource, as water, so that they can, you know, do what they needed to do with water. And it may not have been the answers I wanted. Like, I wanted him to magically get the power turned back on, or I wanted him to magically get the water turned back on, but that's not, you know, how God works sometimes. He will show us what to do, and we have to do that in order to get through our situation. But some of us, you know, we suffer more in our situation because we refuse to ask God for wisdom, or God say go left when we should go right. And sometimes we dig a hole that's deeper than what it's supposed to be for us. But the good thing about God is that he's graceful and he's merciful. And Jesus walked this earth, so he understands what we go through. And he forgives us, and he understands. So when we go to him in prayer and we, you know, ask for forgiveness for not asking him or trusting him in our situation, he will give that, and he will always lead us and guide us. So it doesn't matter if we're single mothers. It doesn't matter if we, you know, we're on our own. Because there were times in this past week that I wished, I'm like, Lord, if I just had a man here with me. Like, why do I have to do all this on my own? Why do I have to go and dip snow in a bucket? You know, why do I have to do all this labor and this hard work and do this all mentally and physically alone? And it took me to a low place, but I could not allow myself to stay there. You know, I got my word, I prayed, I coached myself mentally, and I came out of that place. Because I know if I would have stayed there, I would have continued to go down, 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 and down. And I can't afford that in my life right now. Not for me, not for my son. I can't. I want to motivate you today that in your dark times, in your cold places, when you're in the wilderness and you just don't know what to do, pray. And God will help you navigate through that storm. Now, you may not get the answers that you want, or you may not get the answers that you think he's going to give you, but he's going to give you some answers and he's going to show you what to do. And when you come out of that storm, you're going to be stronger. Your faith is going to be bigger. You're going to be wiser, and you're going to be more confident in God, in you, and knowing that you're not alone. No matter what, you are not alone. We may be single mothers, but really we're not alone. It may feel that way sometimes, but we're not alone. That, my beautiful moms, my beautiful women, is my Monday motivation. So I think my new uploading schedule is not going to be on Sundays. Sundays is kind of like a rest day for me. I think it's going to be Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays. So we're going to do a day, skip a day, do a day, skip a day. Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays. So if you haven't subscribed yet, hit that subscribe button. And be sure to hit the notification button so you'll know when I go live. Kingston is at school, so I have to go. And I'll talk to y'all in my next video.